Hello, everybody. Happy hump day. It is Wednesday, the middle of the week. I hope you are having a fabulous week so far. I am going to go ahead and show you what sold last week. We had a really good sales week. And then on Friday, I'm going to show you high dollars. So today is just going to be bread and butter. It's going to be things under $50 that should be pretty easy for you to find. So if you're a reseller, you're looking for new items to add, to look out for, this is a perfect video for more common items that you can get. A lot of this is selling really fast. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what sold right now. All right, so if you missed my announcement, I'll go ahead and put this in the front. I have been going through a divorce for several months, and it has been very hectic around here. I didn't really want to announce it publicly while I was going through it. However, it is now final. So if I've seemed a little off, then that would be why, but we are doing okay. I have amazing help. I have Shannon here helping me a lot. I have Prissy here. So we are making it through. It definitely is an adjustment, but we are figuring it out and we are doing what we need to do. But that's been going on behind the scenes for months. And I just wanted to let all of you know now that it is final, that that is what happened. So let's go ahead. I'm going to show you behind the scenes on my eBay page, and we're going to look at what's sold. All right, friends. So I'm recording this very early in the morning. So we are at 0 for today, but we did have a couple of slow days. So we had well, I guess that's not really slow. Those $1,000 days make it look slow. We did 401 yesterday, 278 Friday, which is slow for us. And then Thursday was $1,000 day. Wednesday was 207. Tuesday was 396. Monday hit right at that $1,000 mark. So in the last 2 weeks, we've had $3,000 plus days, which is absolutely amazing. So over the last week, we've done 3348. For the month, though, we're still down 11.8%. So we just bought out, though, a bunch of designer items, and we also got a bunch of new designer boxes. So I anticipate our sales should climb pretty rapidly once we get this stuff listed and hopefully turn that around. And now is definitely the time to do so coming into Q4. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at what sold to make up that $3,300. All right, first up is a Seattle Seahawks shower curtain. Just picked this up at the thrift store only a couple of weeks ago. So this one was a very fast sale. And I've been saying it, I'll continue saying it. It is football season. Football stuff is selling, whether it is stuff like this for home decor, for fans to display, or stuff they can wear like t-shirts, shorts, shoes, pants, anything to do with the NFL. I personally pick up pretty much everything as long as it's in good condition. So this was a 2-panel shower curtain. I think I paid $5. You can see it did have a spot, so we did show that. And this one is still going to be about a $20 profit. All right, next up is a vintage Wherever aluminum cone strainer with stand, handle, and wood grinder. This is something Shannon actually picked up while we were out thrifting. I accepted an offer of $29.99 on this, but it's only been listed a month. So I accepted that offer on a slow sales day, and it is absolutely amazing. I am happy with a $25 profit, really fast, sold in under a month. Now here we will take a look. So this is for like mashing vegetables, things like that. It is an older piece. And here you can see we had the original wood piece. So I did accept a little bit lower, but again, we were having a slow sales day. So sometimes you have to kind of weigh that and decide, because sometimes taking that lower offer will get sales kicked in for the day. Next up is Koi Women's Scrub Pants. A lot of these into a lot of 3. These, I did accept a best offer of 35. They actually sent me an offer 30. I countered them at 35. They took it. And this shows you lotting up. So pick these up for $1 a piece, $3 into 35. So about a $28 profit. And they sold in under a month. So Koi is a great brand of scrubs to know. These are all medium tall. Of course, you need the same size if you're going to lot them up, but very, very fast sale on these. Next up was another fast sale. This one has been listed less than a month and it sold for full price for that $39.99. And it sold so fast. And we actually had 2 of them. So we still have another one left. I got this from Rod for $5. It sold for the $39.99. So about $28 to $29 profit. You can see this is Miu Miu, and I'm not overly familiar with this brand, but very, very fast sale on this one. And we still have another one left. And we actually just picked up 85 more boxes from Rod. So if you haven't seen my videos, you don't know, empty boxes will sell. Keep your eye out for them. Next up, this was a super fast sale, and this was such a cool piece. It sold for full price, and I didn't even know what to call this. If you're a quilter or a crafter, let me know exactly what this is called, because I didn't know. And it is a handmade quilted patchwork chair cushion cover, ties, spike star pinwheel is what I put, but it got it sold, and it sold in under a week. I picked this up for $5 at the thrift store, so it is really close to a $20 profit. Very, very fast. So this is a chair cover. It is not a pillow. I think I might have said it was a pillow. It's not a pillow. It is simply a chair cover, but this is tons and tons of handmade work. Next up is one that took a little bit longer to sell. This one was listed back in April, and this is an Orvis hooded full zip fleece black jacket. This one sold for $35, and I picked this up at the thrift store for $5. It was a boutique item, so it's going to be about a $24 profit after the fees. You can see here it was a size medium, so it was a smaller one, but still a really, really good sale, even though it did take 6 months to sell. Next up is another bag from Rod, and this one sold for $49.99. I still have 2 left, and Rod gave these to me, so I have absolutely zero cost into these. $50, so it is very, very close to a $40 profit after fees. I do figure about 20% for fees. So with Louis Vuitton bags, this one's a special one. It's not seen that much. It's not the regular orange, therefore it is worth more. And this was a very, very fast sale. Next up is a Nike Dri-FIT Penn State PSU polo short sleeve shirt. This one is an XXL. Pick this up for $1 at the thrift store. You guys always ask about my dollar clothes. Well, here they are. $35 for this polo. So those dollar clothes do sell. And again, it's football season. Penn State, this is a great size XXL. It did sell for full price of $34.99. This one was listed back in February though, so it took until that football season came back around. So 8 months to sell, but an amazing profit, $28 profit on a shirt. Shirts and clothes in general can be a pain in the butt to list, but they are so easy to ship. So it's kind of a balance on them, but amazing, amazing sale on this one, even though it took a little longer. Next up is this really, really cool Jimmy Vaughn guitar car shirt. So this one was not listed for a short time. It was listed for over a year and a half, but it sold for full price. I just had to wait for that right buyer. So this was another dollar buy, but it was listed in February of 23. So this is over a year and a half to sell. And here you can see the tag and the measurements. And great sale, but it took a really, really long time to sell. So just be careful when you're picking up kind of less popular items, just know that you're going to need space to store things because some of that stuff is going to take longer to sell. Up next is one that I honestly was worried that I wasn't going to sell. And I picked this up back in June. So it's been about 4 months and it sold for $19.59. I only paid $3. So it's about a $12 profit. I picked it up because it is a Disney Pirates of the Caribbean. You can see the Disney sticker there. But the thing is that this thing had a crack. So we did end up getting the $20. We're making a little bit of profit and not overly long to sell. I was on the fence whether to list it or not. I did not see the crack when I picked it up, but it still ended up selling for a decent profit. Next up is a Japan Black Lacquer Mother of Pearl Inlaid Dragon box. This is a beautiful, beautiful box, and jewelry boxes are something I definitely love to pick up. This one was just listed last month, so another fast seller, and this one sold for full price, $44.99. Here you can see this is really a beautiful box. In my experience, stuff with the dragons does very well. So you can see there's little like ashtray inside, a really, really cool smoking box. I put it in the jewelry box category, but it is actually that cigarette box. So keep your eye out for these, especially if you find ones with that mother of pearl and dragon. Next up was not that long of a sale. This one was just listed 2 months ago, and I'm going to show you. This one has some pretty significant flaws. So I'm less than $1 into this. I was in a big Barbie lot, and I accepted an offer of $15. Now, this outfit in pristine condition would be worth about $40 to $50. So with Barbie stuff, typically you can find it if you use Google Lens. Look at all the holes in this. Now, even though it had holes, this sucker still sold for $15. So do not let flaws sidetrack you with some items, because if they are rare enough, people will still buy them. And I was very, very surprised because typically studio pottery takes longer to sell. So sold it for $20, picked it up at the thrift store for $1. It's about a $15 profit, but it was fast. And it was just too cool of a mug not to get. Really, really nice. I love studio pottery. I don't pick up a ton of it because, as I said, it typically does take longer to sell, but this one only took a month. Next up is another Spode plate. So we actually have one more of these left. We have already sold one. This one sold for $21, very fast. Another one in under a month. This is the last one I'm going to show you for eBay, but I do have several from Mercari as well as Poshmark. You can see the MSRP was $60. Don't let that fool you. I say that all the time. So this one sold for $21. I'm about $5 in, and it's about a $13 profit. All right. I have not been talking to you guys a ton about List Perfectly. I think if you've been watching me anytime, you know. So just before I show you Mercari and Poshmark, I want to let you know that we do use List Perfectly to cross post. I create all my listings in there. And I want to tell you another bonus. You might not be crazy like me, but I have over 300 drafts in there right now. And eBay only allows 250. So if I was still drafting on eBay, I wouldn't be able to have the bank that I have right now. And that is not on purpose. That is because what I told you guys earlier in the video, I've been going through a divorce. There's been a lot going on and just some changes in my life that have put me really behind. So that is one of the reasons I think our sales have been low, and I wasn't ready to tell you guys that was the reason, but now I am ready now that it is finalized and complete. So if you thought about cross posting, List Perfectly is absolutely amazing. They will create listings just by your photos. So you upload the photos, they create the title, they create the description, they create all of your specifics. I tweak my titles a little bit. I typically do not have to tweak the descriptions. They are pretty on point for that. And I do still add a few item specifics that I think are searchable that might not have got input. But if you're looking something to speed up your listings, back up your listings, get cross-posted, you're going to see a few Poshmark Mercari sales, but on the high dollar video later this week, you're going to see a lot of high dollar on Poshmark as well. So Definitely worth the money. You can use my code, the Nurse Flipper, get 30% off of your first month. Try it for a month. I guarantee you're going to see if it's going to work for you. It will not work for everybody. I'm not going to lie to you. Some people aren't going to use it enough to warrant the cost. But if you are using it any length of time, I think it will pay for itself very, very fast. So let's go ahead and take a look at Mercari and Posh sales and finish this video up. All right, there are just two from Mercari that I'm going to show you. Mercari's been slower than Poshmark, and this one sold for $24.75. The nice thing on Mercari is there are no fees. Absolutely no seller fees. So this one I'm only a couple of dollars into, so it's a $22 profit. This one's just listed in the beginning of this month, so less than a month to sell, and it is teeny. You see it here, 6x5. Really, really small, super cool picture. Definitely watch out for these vintage and antique picture frames. They sell very, very well. The last one I'm going to show you for Mercari is this Loyola Ramblers. I don't even know who that is or where they are, but this was a Final Four basketball t-shirt from 2018. Great size at XXL. Picked it up for $1, so it's a $22 profit. This one was also just listed a week ago. So very, very fast sale on this one. And it's not basketball season right now, but basketball stuff will sell just like football, hockey, baseball stuff. Definitely keep your eye out for the sports stuff. Up next is a Classic Elements floral embroidered black cardigan. This one sold for $15, so not a big payout, but it was a dollar thrift store buy. So about a $10 profit on this one on Poshmark. And it's fall now, so watch for sweaters, watch for cardigans. This one's not an amazing brand. This is not one I would necessarily recommend picking up, but I picked this one up because of those flowers, and it was just an excellent, excellent pattern. Next up is one I was on the fence about listing. I'm only $1 in, but it's just a plain B bottle stopper, and it sold for $16 on Posh. It actually has only been listed a few months, so this one is about a $10 profit as well after fees, but it's really generic. That's why I was, kind of on the fence about listing it, but I'm glad I did because it was a $10 profit. Next up is a Haymaker Lactose. You can see I put Mr. Rogers. This is a classic Mr. Rogers sweater. You see the Izod Lacoste, that gator there. This one, the $40 sale was a $35 payout. I did have 10 in, so it's only a $25 profit. And this one did take close to 6 months to sell, but watch for Lacoste, Izod, and like I use that Mr. Rogers. If something reminds you of like an old show or something like that, don't hesitate to put those words in that title because it very well might be searched for. Last up for today, I might have showed you guys these last week. I actually don't remember if I did. It's just a refresher. Make sure you watch for Brooks. These sold for $33 on Poshmark. Brooks is an excellent brand. They're my favorite brand to wear when I'm working out. So these are about a $20 profit for me, and they sold very fast. So they have some wear, but as long, you can see $6.75. So I actually got them for $3.50. 6.5 says smaller size, so I'm surprised they sold fast. But keep your eye out for Brooks when you're out thrifting. All right, friend, that is the end of this video. I hope you learned a lot. If you have any questions about anything that I talk about, please feel free to ask. You can also follow me over on Instagram and Facebook. I do have pages there as well. And I have a newsletter. So I'm going to pop up the sign up for my newsletter down in the comments. My daughter has been helping me write that. We do try and send it out every Monday or Tuesday, just with like a little seller tip and some updates of what's going on in our life. I appreciate you watching so much. Hit the thumbs up, leave me a comment, and as always, share with your friends if you think they'll like it. It helps me a lot, and I really do appreciate it, and I appreciate you watching.